is 5 o'clock, and I will be calling the Public Works Committee to order. I'll start out with a roll call. Alder Bellinger. Here. Alder Peterson. Here. Alder Ramey. Here. Alder Rust. Present. And Alder Decker is here, so we will start with the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Alrighty. We have quite a few people here, so I guess we'll do a quick introduction of just the staff. We don't have to have our staff and committee members. I'm Alderperson Dean Decker from District 6. I'm the chair of the committee.
Zach Russ, District 8.
In my spot.
Zach Russ, District 8.
Okay.
Angela Ramey, District 5.
I'm Dan Peterson, District 3.
John Bellinger, District 2.
Just real quick.
Sure. Liz Majerus, Legal Department.
Okay. Kevin.
Kevin Jones, City Engineer. Josh Peterson, Public Works Director. Kervin, Joel Polsky, DPW Operations.
Okay, I think that's, Jordan too.
Jordan Skip, Baseball.
Okay, great. Alrighty, we'll go on to number 5, approval of minutes from February 25th, 2025. They are amended.
I move to approve the minutes.
Second. Motion made and seconded. Any other discussion on those minutes? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Chair votes aye. Those are approved. We will go right on to number 6. This is for a discussion only. It's about the dumpster days. Travis, are you going to, or is Joel going to take this?
I don't think they know what they're commenting on right now.
Maybe just go have a quick overview of what changes we are proposing to do. Maybe in that just. Hang on 1 second here. Let me get you on to the right.
You've received the memorandum that we prepared. This new direction for the large item disposal days has come after quite a few discussions, a lot of effort into the logistics behind this, and with discussions with city administrator and our internal staff, we thought that going this new direction of how we're going to hold it, it's not what we're taking it away flat out, we're just going to have it reformatted, it's going to be more centralized, and one of the main reasons for this is we're going to open it up to all neighborhoods in the city. It's going to be more inclusive, in particular for a lot of those neighborhoods that may not have the capacity or the ability to become, as we consider, recognized. We want them to feel like they have the opportunity to remove their large items, and doing it at DPW, we're able to, we believe, provide a better service. And again, it would be better controlled, open up to the entire city. Everything else you have in the memorandum, it kind of breaks down what the estimated fees, obviously, because that's a part of it, but the fees of what has been to date, what we estimate it to be. In fact, there's an increase in what we estimate initially, but as we open this up to the 1 day a month during the season for this, we anticipate that the volume of material is going to diminish over time or decrease over time because people are going to want to get it out right away. We don't anticipate having a full, 4 or 5 dumpsters needed every time. But we talk, that's presented in the memorandum. So, yeah, that's a summary. I mean, so questions or comments. So,
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I want to just start out with a real quick comment. Everybody, a lot of you maybe know that I started out as a president of a neighborhood from the Indiana Corridor neighborhood. It was always a big thing for us. We actually started out before, I'm sorry. We actually started out, this wasn't even one of the things that we had at first. This kind of grew out of, after we had a couple couple of neighborhoods, then this is one of the things that became a popular item, was to have a dumpster day. And I know it was used as the carrot to get a lot of neighborhoods to grow and to add more neighborhoods to established neighborhoods to the city. It's been very successful. It's actually been a little too successful in some ways, because of the fact is we now have 15 recognized neighborhoods, and which is great, which is what we want to continue. We want to continue having neighborhood associations. We want to continue to grow that. But the problem is this is the cost of having staff in each individual neighborhood is getting to be cost prohibitive. Also, there are some neighborhoods that will never establish as a neighborhood. There just aren't the people in those areas, and they're all taxpayers, and they all pay for the same service. And to hold us back against them, I think, is unfair. One of the things we've also talked about adding on to, this would not be a cost measure, because to the city, I've talked to Director Peterson about, it's not done yet, and this is not, but we also like to even look at possibly an electronics disposal. That people would pay a fee to cover the cost. This would be a cost neutral thing to the city. We don't want it to cost more than what it is, but we would like to have some kind of, because the idea is to keep our city clean. I don't want to see mattresses and tires and things like that down by the railroad tracks. I don't want to see TVs thrown over the viaducts. That's the kind of thing that happens, and that's the kind of thing we want to try to prevent. So giving everyone an opportunity to be able to get rid of their items, I think, is a fair way to go. But I will open this up to discussion to the public. I first wanted to have discussion amongst any of the alders. If they want to have a speech first, we'll let them speak. Then I will open it up to the public. I would like to ask that you please be respectful, and we will limit comments to 3 minutes. Okay? Any alders?
Dean.
Alder Rust. Go ahead. Did I get you?
Turn me off.
Okay, sorry.
All right, I'm interested to hear what everybody is going to say. I personally am in part of one of those neighborhoods that will never have a neighborhood association. We've tried multiple times, and it's just too high of a renter density that people are coming and going, and it's hard to really get a quorum all the time. I know that I attend Farnsworth, and that was a big reason why they started, and they had a very successful first dumpster day last year, and I'm very interested to see what everybody thinks.
Thank you. Travis, could you get back up here? Could you just go over what the schedule would be so that everybody in the audience would understand how this would work out through the summer and in what's proposed?
Yeah, he's going to do it.
Sure. So we'd be looking at May through October, 6 times, once a month. Third Saturday of the month or something like that. It would be once a month through the summer, and it's just really we want to see how this plays out. If the demand is super high, I mean, there's always the potential we could adjust it to more or less if it just, like I said, if it tapers off. Maybe we're not seeing the need for it on the back end, but that would be the start of it. So it'd be 6 opportunities. And again, I do want to reiterate what Alder Decker said, is that another driving force behind this is that what I've heard is that there is dumpster days in the neighborhoods. There have been other adjoining neighborhoods that have wanted to try to bring their items there, and they've been told no. And so, we're trying to avoid this exclusion of our neighbors, of other residences throughout the city. So
the six times that you would have an opportunity, so instead of the neighborhood right now, so it's just one day that they would have. So if you happen to be on vacation that weekend or whatever, then you miss out. Yep. But this would be, so the entire city would have the opportunity 6 times throughout the year to take advantage of this opportunity.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yep.
So I just wanted everybody in the public that was here and that are watching to be aware of that. So Thank you.
Yep.
Go ahead.
I had another question, Travis, really quick. Maybe you don't have the answer to this. Maybe somebody else up here does. But I know that we had said 15 neighborhood associations had taken advantage of this last year, but there are more neighborhood associations within the city, is that correct?
There's almost 60, I believe, neighborhoods that are identified.
60 neighborhoods, but how many recognized neighborhood associations?
15.
There's only 15.
There's
I thought there
15.
was more than that.
The 15th was done like 3 weeks ago or so.
Okay, so
at
that was
council.
number 15.
Yeah.
Okay. You know, I will say that being present at some of the neighborhood associations over the past year that, you know, the vast majority of them are not in favor of this, obviously. I do have one neighborhood association that really doesn't seem to have much of an opinion on this and would probably be accepting of the proposed changes. I guess my understanding, though, with neighborhood associations is that this has always kind of been something that we've used to incentivize participation in neighborhood associations. It's kind of my understanding, kind of what brought people together in their neighborhood associations. And I guess, you know, as a person that's elected by the citizens that are seemingly not in favor of this proposed change, it's going to be hard to vote in favor of that. If we did, it would be nice if we had some way to incentivize, you know, the neighborhood associations going forward. If there's some other way that we could have a carrot for them to make them viable and healthy.
Well, we do offer them, there's the opportunity to have a neighborhood officer come and fry brats, you know, and do things like that. That is one of the things that is available. They actually come. They'll have a couple of officers come and they'll fry brats and stuff like that, and do that. So that is one. You know, I mean, it's not the same. I'm not going to say it's the same thing, but you know, in the past, but it is a little bit of a. I think it's good to have the neighborhood officers around and have people have neighbors gather. Period. So what, you know, yes, this was a good thing, and I'm not, you know, I'm not saying that it wasn't, but it's gotten kind of to the point where it's getting more and more. I mean, you know, at what point do we say, you know, where's that tipping point? I think we're starting to get close to that. We're at that tipping point. It's basically where it is, where it's not. I mean, it's quite a bit of staff. I mean, for now, you know, for each time we have a neighborhood cleanup, it's there's a staff member at the cleanup with the people. There's also a staff supervisor that goes around, kind of takes the truck around, things like that. I would say, I think it's, because usually you do it when there's at least two other neighborhood or one other neighborhood doing it. So you've got probably, you're talking about 3 or 4 staff probably by the time you're done with it. So now if you're having it down at the facility, you're talking only maybe possibly 2 staff, you know.
Well, the advantage of having it at Public Works too is that we're able to utilize more dumpsters. We can have it, it's not a case of it, the dumpster's full, it's done. Because I've heard stories about dumpsters filling up in a matter of an hour or so, and it's done. And then what happens is all the stuff keeps getting brought in and it's left around there. So inevitably, we're doing all this work to clean this up, whereas if we have it at DPW, we can have, where the plan is to have more dumpsters, and it can be open for a longer period of time. And to your point, Order, this isn't the only incentive. My understanding is that, or I know DPW, through park reservations facilities, we provide a free rental to the organized neighborhoods for their association meetings. I know the city provides other support in other ways. So I'd be concerned if this was the only reason why associations were an association, to be honest. But again, we don't want to exclude the disadvantaged, the other residents of our own city that may not have the ability to become recognized and have this opportunity as well. So.
Yeah, that makes great sense. I would just ask the public when they're talking tonight, if there's, if they were to assume that we were to go ahead with this new proposal, what would it be that the city could do or provide to the neighborhood associations to continue participation. And my understanding was that this was a big draw. So, thanks.
Okay. And I guess I'm going to open it up to the public. I'd ask that you please step to the mic and give your name and address. And like I said, we will limit it to 3 minutes. Marcus.
Good evening. My name's Marcus Savalio. I live at 520 Clifton Avenue. And I first want to say I really appreciate all the work that DPW puts into putting on dumpster days for us. And I understand the need to manage costs. If this is getting very expensive, then that is something that we should take a look at. But moving to a single location for the entire city really takes away from what makes this program so valuable in the first place. Dumpster days aren't just about getting rid of junk, they're about bringing people together. When you hold them in neighborhoods, residents connect, they help out each other, and they take pride in their community. That sense of connection is lost when everyone has to go to one location all the way across town. A better solution would be to have dumpster days once per 2 districts. This way, each part of the city, whether they have an active neighborhood association or not, would still get access to a convenient cleanup day. It keeps the program local and accessible while still managing the costs. This program works best when it's easy for people to participate, and let's make sure that we don't lose that. Thank you.
Thank you, Marcus. Anyone else like to? John.
Good evening, my name is John Dolson, and I'm the president of the Ellis neighborhood down close to the lake and the Y. And repeat exactly or agree with everything that Marcus stated, that we're very appreciative of what the city does. Our neighborhood and other neighborhoods where there's lots of rentals, we have a lot of homes with no driveways, garages, you park on the street. The benefit, there was a carrot put out there back when Jason Blasiola was the superintendent to help incentivize the neighborhoods to form. But what really was a positive impact in our neighborhood was the locale. We had, I'd say, 30 to 50% of the stuff that was being brought was being dragged there across the street. Mattresses, furnitures, whatever. So that's not a bad idea what Marcus mentioned to move it around the city, because when you do have those heavy populated residential, the turnover with the transients, with apartments and whatnot, we've found that, you know, they don't have the vehicles, trailers to haul stuff. So that's one added benefit with ours. We have a small neighborhood, and the stuff was coming from 2-3 blocks away, literally dragged there. So thanks for your time.
Okay, thank you, John. Anyone else like to speak? Oh, go ahead. Sure, go ahead. Oh, I'm sorry.
I just have a quick question. Would it be possible to do this by ward? So like, let's say I'm District 8, so I would Ward 15 and 16, let's say, have the ability somewhere central located. Would that be an option?
So there would be 10, there's 10 districts.
Yes.
10 districts.
Yeah.
We need to.
I'm just trying to think of something in the middle here.
Yeah, the problem with us, if we go to 10 wards or
Right.
More and more, we only have so much capacity because we're stuck in the middle of our winter, the plowing season.
Right.
And then we also have a lot of festivals. You know, Sheboygan has a lot of large special events, festivals through the course of the season. And we only have so much staff. And to be honest, if we want our staff not to get burnt out, we have to control this a little bit better. To be honest, when I first brought this up, I thought we could maybe divide the city into quadrants.
Sure.
But again, it was the capacity. What do we have? What else is going on? And it's a strain on the staff. And we just can't go out and hire new people. We can't, you know, unfortunately, we're just stressing, we're trying to maintain this because it's not a requirement.
Right.
We're trying to do the best that we can with what we have to service more and make it inclusive for all the city of Sheboygan.
And I'm not attacking you. I'm just trying to find a
Yep.
compromise somewhere in the middle. That's
We
all.
looked at it,
All right.
we've considered it, but right now, this is,
Right.
it's still technically for, at least for the recognized associations, it's 6 more times than what they normally had, so.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yep.
Go ahead, sir.
I'm Mark Goswitz from N Park neighborhood, and the Sheboygan Police Department partnered with Sheboygan Neighborhood Pride to develop neighborhood associations, and many of the 60 or so neighborhoods have regular meetings. A neighborhood association is simply a group of neighbors in a designated area of the city who have decided to work together to improve their neighborhood. Associations include homeowners, renters, landlords, representatives from businesses, faith-based groups, nonprofits, and schools. Members get together to discuss issues and identify solutions to address these concerns. To meet the challenge of transitioning more neighborhoods to association status, the Mayor's Neighborhood Leadership Cabinet was formed in July of 2014. And one of the perks of forming an association was a neighborhood dumpster day. Now, a couple of stories. Cleo submitted that one of the reasons for her to be involved in the N Park Association is that her husband Jerry's lived here for 60 of his 74 years. He can tell you who lived in just about all the homes in the N Park neighborhood. He talks about how safe it was. As kids, they were in and out of the neighbors' houses. Her personal belief is that the more people that we know as neighbors, the safer it will be. They've been in their current home for 36 years and love it here more and more as they get to know their neighbors. Dumpster Day is a main event of the year where we actually see so many neighbors and have a chance to talk to them. Believe it or not, junk is an icebreaker. It's important to keep Dumpster Day in the neighborhoods where we live. If we go to the city site, this community feeling will be lost. We at N Park have been working very hard to get this community rather than just a place to live, but a place where you want to live. We as a group have our monthly meetings. We deliver welcome bags to newcomers. We go door to door to put hangers on their doors so people know about Dumpster Day. A common denominator for all ages is getting rid of stuff. It does bring people together. Sarah submitted that she would like to keep Dumpster Day in her neighborhood, as Cleveland Park has never had a Dumpster Day. They just formed within the last year, and they would like to have a shot at having a Dumpster Day. Star submitted that her city or her neighborhood association loves it and they want it to continue to grow. We believe neighborhood associations bring a sense of community to each of our neighborhoods. Getting to know your neighbor is a key to a healthy and safe community. One of our biggest events and a very useful event is Dumpster Day. This event is held in the spring and is well attended by their neighborhoods. They actually have 2 neighborhoods that partner together, which saves the city time and money. She believes the other neighbors are doing this as well and would be willing to do the same.
Excuse me?
Yes.
You're kind of at the 3, we said we limit it to 3 minutes, so I have to interrupt you on that, I'm sorry.
You don't want me, I just have about 3 things left to go. It won't take that long.
Well, we're trying to keep them where we said we're going to keep it into 3, so, okay. I apologize, but we did agree we're going to keep it at 3 minutes, and it's just so that we can kind of keep the meeting moving along. Is someone else? It's so we can give everyone a chance to speak too. So,
Dean, what if we did every other year at the neighborhood association, but then the other years we have it at DPW? So it'd be every other year in that association.
I still think that I guess it's
yeah. Because it seems like it's very important that these stay in the neighborhood, and if every other year, I hate using the term "throw a dog a bone," but
Again, it's
comes
down to logistics, capability for our staff,
Sure.
and the time that we have available to do this.
Sure.
I mean, it can go from 15 to 30 neighborhood associations, and we're going to still be well.
Well, I understand that, but I don't think we're going to go 15 to 30 in the next 10 years just from the dynamics of the city either. So I don't know if I necessarily buy that reasoning, but I'm just, once again, we have to come up with something in the middle for everybody.
Okay.
Hi, I'm
Go ahead.
Kathy Curry. I'm also from the N Park neighborhood. Just a couple of things I wanted to touch on. I know I hear, you want to be more inclusive. You don't want to exclude anyone from being able to have a dumpster day or get rid of their junk. But a point that I have with this is, in a way, by moving it to your central location at DPW, you really are excluding a huge part of the population that does not have any way to transport their junk down there. I mean, there's very few people that actually have a pickup truck or a trailer, and it's going to be a burden to try and get their things there. Whereas when they were in the neighborhoods, a lot of people could easily bring things a couple blocks or have a nearby neighbor help them with it, but that won't be happening. So in a sense, you are being exclusive to only those that have the ability to transport those things down there.
Okay, go ahead, Angie.
Could it be possible that we keep it at DPW, but in lieu of the dumpster days, we have like garbage recycling truck days, and they can be mobile in that neighborhood and people can bring things to the truck and then the truck bring it to DPW? Maybe I'm completely wrong with logistics and how that works, but.
And if I still have a few of my 3 minutes.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, that's fine. No, I was gathering my thoughts anyway. But, and again, this is kind of unfair to those neighborhoods that have really put a lot of work into this. And N Park is one of those neighborhoods. There's a lot of volunteers that come and help load all of that junk into the dumpsters and the trucks and so on. And, put in the footwork to deliver all those door hangers so that people are aware of the dumpster day. And that's just, they've put the work in for it and they'd like to keep that. So I guess that's pretty much where I was going with this. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Would anyone else like to speak?
Could Travis answer Angela's question?
Sure.
I am interested in that.
Well, do you want to just, before you talk here, I'm going to just have Travis answer Angela's question that she had.
Yeah. He can always.
I'm going to have you go over there. Okay, I think that's that one. Is it? Is that the right one? I might got the wrong one. There we go. There we go.
Truck days.
That's why I got Scott here, so.
Monster truck days.
Okay.
So one thing that has been discussed is the fact that we do realize that not everybody would have the capacity to haul even to the neighborhoods. They're not going to have it. So if we do centralize it, we have tossed out an idea of maybe we could have people through the DPW website or whatever, they can reach out, and if they don't have the capacity to get the materials there, we can maybe look at having a truck assist in picking up the information or getting it to DPW. I believe the police department may have had mentioned that some time ago too, in assisting in that matter. It's not, it's not that we haven't considered that. It's just, really, to be honest, we got to start somewhere. And it's like everything else, this has grown, it's been an incredible success. We want it to continue to be an incredible success. This is a way that will certainly allow that to happen. And if it means we take these requests, like say, hey, I've got this, I don't have the capacity to get there. I'm very open to that. The flip side to that is we have to confirm that it actually is a need and not that just someone that just doesn't want to haul it anywhere. So But yeah, many of these things have been discussed about, so.
I would say the best way this is in flux. It's we're looking at all different ideas of this, and we just wanted to bring this discussion to this group. We're not making any decisions here. The DPW is making their decision,
Right.
And we thought the best thing to do was just give everyone a chance to speak about this and have so we could hear about it. But this isn't like no vote will be taken today. This is nothing about. This is a discussion only item, and we just wanted to give everyone a chance to speak. It is a matter of the fact is that there is only so much staff. I mean, and there gets to be a breaking point where they can only do so much. I mean, as much as we would like to be able to, would we love to be able to keep this going in all the neighborhoods? Absolutely. Can we? That's the question. It's getting to the point where it's getting difficult. We don't have the staff to be able to handle doing every neighborhood all the time, and that's why we're having this discussion. So, okay, everybody, could just let Mary quick have her.
Hi, I'm Mary Dotz from the N Park neighborhood. Just based on your comment that you just made and having staff pick up at the curb, where are you going to get that staff? Because you just said you have limited staff. So now are you going to drive trucks around the city to pick up garbage to bring down to DPW? And where does that liability fall if something happens? I mean, if neighbors are loading trucks and something happens or somebody from DPW gets hurt, this staff issue seems to be one of the biggest issues, but you keep adding it. The neighborhood associations are a group of Sheboygan volunteers who work toward common goals, clean and safe, including the perception of safety in our neighborhoods. Volunteers cannot reach those goals without usable tools. The most valuable tool is the Dumpster Day event, which is the N Park neighborhood's key event. Sharing materials through our swap meet during dumpster days has created goodwill and camaraderie for the N Park neighborhood. Yes, it has developed into a social event. The proposals do not address our swap meet. We are not the only neighborhood that has a swap meet. I know Keeney Court does it also. This has not been addressed. And I've asked this question of several people, and I've never received an answer from the city. So I'm going to ask you, what's going to happen to our swap meet? And for those of you that don't know what it is, we tell our neighbors, before you come, if you have things that people can use, if it's usable, drop it off here, drive forward, put the rest in the junk. We have people clamoring to get free things on the curb. We have so much fun with that. That will not happen down at DPW. Again, just another little thought, if we did not have this swap meet, our tonnages would go up because it's all going to go in the landfill. It's not going to be recycled. And just as a personal note, I really find myself in kind of a conundrum because the board members of the neighborhoods meet and have discussion groups about things happening in our neighborhoods. So the last conversation that we had was all based on the October 16th memo that was sent out with the proposal for the new dumpster day. It wasn't until yesterday that I opened up my email and saw that all the proposal was now new. So a lot of the neighborhoods have not had the opportunity to discuss the differences between the discussion at the mayor's meeting on October 17th and this new proposal that we're addressing today. The presentation on, an example is the presentation on October 17th specifically noted the cost of overtime was the reason dumpster day changes were necessary. However, in this new proposal, it says, while cost is not the primary factor, I find myself in a conundrum. Which way is it?
Okay. Mary, you're good. That's all. Time is up on, sorry. But anyways, I think because some of the neighborhoods did voice that, I think that's why some of the new proposals and new ideas. Like I said, this has been in flux. We're thinking of different ideas, trying different ideas. DPW staff has been working on different ideas, and that's where that's why some of the changes have come about. So, go ahead, sir.
My name is John Winter. I'm from the Veterans Park and James Madison area, which has been combined about a year ago. First of all, this event we thank you for this event, because this dumpster day is a really great program for the community as well as for the individual neighborhoods. Our event has been very successful, growing in tonnage over the years. But one of the people mentioned that we do get people, last year, for example, they would see the dumpster day and they could walk their stuff over, and we literally had furniture that was walked over to the event and put into the dumpster or the garbage truck that was there. So it is very handy to have that in the individual neighborhoods. It's also a gathering place, meet and greet. Give some background to me. I'm a retired police officer. I did community policing, and this is one of those key things that we see for neighborhoods, for a chance for neighborhoods to get together and meet one another. And this is a great way to solve issues within neighborhoods. So it's a great time to meet and greet other neighbors. During our dumpster day, we also have a bake sale. Gives us an opportunity to earn a little bit of money for our events. We clean up our site when it's done. We've never left a mess behind after our event is over. I understand, the logistics of this. This might be overwhelming the DPW or something like that. But I think at the same time, we have to weigh what we gain by having these neighborhoods getting together and meeting with one another. I think that's a huge bonus there. I don't see how we could have a bake sale if it's down at DPW. Perhaps, always looking for ways to compromise or find ways to make this work. Instead of having it all at DPW, perhaps we could do something where 2 or 3 times you could have it on the south side and 2 or 3 times have it on the north side or something along those lines. At least you're not getting down to the neighborhood, but at the same time, it's not centralized down at DPW, so it might still be a little user-friendly that way. Our meetings have been attended by a lot of different officials over the years. Alderman Decker's been to our meetings in the past as well, which we appreciate. And as a retired police officer, I've fried lots of brats for these as well. So, but these are tremendous events, and as far as community policing is concerned, talking from a retired point of view, these are wonderful events to have. So I don't think that should be overlooked. So thank you.
Thank you, John.
Dean.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, last idea, Travis. So we have 15 neighborhood associations. What if, and I understand that that's a lot in one year. What if we broke it up where every other year we do 8 and then 7 and go back and flip-flop that way, so it's under 10 a year? And then we just cut out the DPW part and everybody still has their dumpster day and you're less than 10 still. I'm just throwing it out there.
Yeah, I guess one of the things I'm hearing a lot here is the bake sale at dumpster days seems to be a great, gathering, way to get neighbors out and to meet and greet and get to know each other, which is awesome. It doesn't have to be around dumpster days about garbage. There's no limit to what neighborhood associations can organize. If you really want to organize it, it can be done on your own. It doesn't have to rely upon DPW doing this service. And I'm not saying that in any way. I'm just saying everything I'm hearing, and I'm from out of town, all right? So, and I'm new in this. Everything I'm hearing is that the bake sales, the swap meets, everything is dependent upon dumpster days. I don't see why that should be the case. Active neighborhood associations, I would think, would want to be proactive and do more in their neighborhood and entice more people to come out and get to know each other, not necessarily about dumpster days. But to your point, it's logistics.
Well, no, I only bring it up because so you're proposing 10 at DPW.
Six.
Six. Okay.
Six.
Yes.
Right. But I'm saying kind of meeting in the middle and going down to 8, but at 8 to 7, depending on the year, at their respective neighborhood.
I mean, when we looked at it, if we do it once a month, that puts us May to October.
Sure. Otherwise, would it be, if it's a manpower thing, could we incentivize workers by saying you can work Saturday, but we'll give you Monday off? I know that. I don't know if that's.
If I answer that, my Deputy Director of Operations is going to have my head. I would love to say. I would like to say. I'd love to say yes. We'll do it.
Sure.
Some form of fashion, but we look at everything else, and staffing is a big component. Cost is a component. It's everything molds together,
right.
And what makes it best. And I mean, our staff need time off, right? And we're limited on the budget that we have, that council approved, right? So we have to adhere to the best that we can to be fiscally responsible for the taxpayers, our residents, adhere to our budget. It's not like we can just do this willy-nilly and we'll just add 3 more weekends without the approval. I mean, it's a long thought-out process, and I can't tell you how much time we've put into this. And we will consider to take input.
Right.
I mean, we're not closed to suggestions, but everything that we've based upon now, I just truly think this is the best approach to go forward.
And I'm only bringing this up because I am one of those lucky, currently unlucky, but if we did go through with this memorandum, I would be one of those lucky people that would be able to utilize it because I also have a vehicle that I could get my large garbage to DPW. I know that the community is a very big part of neighborhood association, and that we have to try and build community whenever we can. And I know what you're saying with fiscal responsibility. We did pass that budget. We gave you a set number of dollars. So I see it both ways.
To your point of community development.
Yeah.
What's to stop that happening centralized at DPW?
I'm not disagreeing with
I mean, I
you.
know the swap, the garbage
Right.
swap or whatever it is, has been discussed about. It's not to say there couldn't be an area down at Public Works that we could do that. If they want to have a bake sale at Public Works, community involvement, do it down there. Offer it up to the neighborhoods that don't have this opportunity. I mean, I look bigger here and more inclusive is all I'm trying to say. So we're not saying, there's opportunity here to develop this and to make it even better for the city as a whole. I just can't see justifying the expenditure, the time, the effort for exclusion upon these neighborhoods that just really don't have the opportunity or capabilities.
Well, and that's why I say I would be one of the people that would be lucky in that situation because I would be included in that. Like currently, I attend almost every Farnsworth meeting, if not every Farnsworth meeting, but I can't bring stuff to Farnsworth when they do their dumpster day. So I see it both ways. I really do, because I would love to get rid of all my junk and stuff like that. But also I understand, because I was a part of it, the work and effort that Farnsworth did to make their neighborhood association. And I do remember that was a very big thing for them when they did, because I don't want to say I was harassed, but I was asked very often about how to go about that. And so I do see it both ways. And once again, I'm not attacking you. I see your side, and I can tell you're frustrated because you have spent a lot of time on this. And I mean, I truly applaud it. I'm just trying to find a happy medium.
And one thing about this approach is it would be a great opportunity for the recognized associations to continue to work with us, because my understanding, we have volunteers that sign up and they help out. But that could be a great example and a great opportunity for them to show and to reach out and to meet other neighborhood representatives. I mean, we're talking about, you want to bring the community together. Well, this would be to the next degree. I mean, there's an opportunity there. So.
Thank you.
Sure. Yeah, go ahead. I mean, I guess I look at this also as an opportunity for, you know, for neighborhoods to maybe they could sponsor a weekend of one of those 6 weekends where, you know, N Park neighborhood is sponsoring the weekend of June 5th or whatever. I mean, we're just looking at different ideas. I mean, we're just looking at different ideas, getting different thoughts, because we've kind of reached this tipping point. Believe me, I'm very much for the dumpster days itself, but I also have to listen to what the Director of Public Works is telling us, that it's becoming untenable as far as being able to afford it and be able to add it to other neighborhoods, add it to other people that maybe, like I said, will never possibly establish a neighborhood, because they are, like I said, some of them are, you know, more rentals, things like that. They maybe won't be able to get one together. It is difficult, and in some of the neighborhoods, I'll be honest with you, you know, you may not have the people that are in the neighborhood associations may not be able to handle the dumpster days as much also. So I'm just.
What would it take to do 6 a year in the community?
Can I have my turn?
Oh, sure. I'll let you talk to her. She's been standing waiting. We'll let her do hers. Her.
I'm one of the volunteers for many years already for the N Park neighborhood dumpster days.
Okay.
You can hardly call it a dumpster day. There are some things that, yes, will be dumped and so on and so forth, but there are so many children that come in and they trade out their toys that they don't want anymore, and they leave with somebody else's that they enjoy so much. I would say on an average there's probably between 25 and 50 bicycles that come and go. So instead of getting rid of the whole thing, keep in mind who's participating.
Go ahead. Oh, I'm sorry. I've got some all there. Just real quick question.
Again, I don't know if this has been discussed, and I definitely see both sides of this. One of the things that I was curious about is, has there been ever any thought to privatizing this? In other words, we have this letter that the director sent out to us that kind of goes over the cost, and if you divide it out, you can kind of figure out what it would cost to fund one dumpster day within one neighborhood. I mean, I don't even know what a dumpster costs, but if we were to go to Waste Management and have these dumped privately and take out the, the staffing and labor costs on the city end, would there be any benefit in that?
No, actually, the dumpsters are a private dumpster that does come in. It is a private dumpster that does, so the dumpsters themselves are actually a private dumpster. The staff, we actually have a garbage truck and then a city staff member that comes into there. So, John, I'm just going to let you quit coughing here.
Thank you, Chairman. I admire the passion from all these neighborhood associations and the community that this has built. What I struggle with is, if we were to maintain the status quo, we would be excluding 60–70% of the rest of the city that doesn't have neighborhood association. And a lot of those areas are economically challenged and for various reasons, and probably in the greatest need of having access to get rid of garbage. So I don't know what the answer is, but maintaining the status quo and excluding the rest of the city, I don't think that's the answer. And I guess I'm struggling with Alderman Rust to find something kind of in between that would satisfy everybody and still maintain the sense of community and enjoyment. Obviously, you neighbors enjoy the dumpster day and getting together and the camaraderie that it builds. And the friendships and the toys and everything else. And I mean, that's fantastic. And I don't want to lose that aspect of it either. But I guess I'm kind of trying to figure out how we can open it up to the entire city, yet maintain the sense of camaraderie that you have with this event. And I don't know what the answer is.
Okay, thanks, John. Go ahead.
I'm Sandra Chesnick, 503 Euclid Avenue. My husband and I moved here just 2 years ago from Iowa, from a different state. And I have to commend this town on all the good things you do for recycling and in the fall throwing your leaves to the street. We didn't have any of that. We can go down to the recycling center Monday through Saturday and get rid of branches and grass, all that stuff. We didn't have that. Every day we could go down there if we wanted to. You guys have it made. And to keep the city cleaner by having a place to dump your stuff 6 times a year just seems phenomenal to me. You can't, I think we only had one day a year where we'd line up 50 cars in a row, waiting your time to get up to a dumpster and then have it dumped. So being able to do something like that 6 times a year, instead of stockpiling it in your backyard or in your garage for an entire year, it just seems like a great idea, and thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else? Oh. Go ahead, Ed.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for giving us this opportunity. Thank you to all my neighborhood associates who are here. I'm a former officer in the Franklin Park Neighborhood Association. We, like they're talking DPW burnout,
Yep.
we burnt out. We had same leaders for 5 to 6 years, and we just had to say, that's it. Somebody's got to step up. So we currently have no leadership officially, but I am a member of that organization. We too, like other neighborhoods, have merged. The flats is listed in next door and Franklin Park. Having some issues getting the flats and Franklin Park together on that next door app. So currently we have 2 people posting things to try to keep things going. But anyways, back just to the topic at hand, I would like to thank you for your past support with the dumpster days. There are other opportunities, that is correct. We've had parking lot picnics, or like picnic parties with kids at St. Peter Claver. We tried it, thank God it was during the week. We had some help from the DPW and the planning department to have a small, like a picnic over at the Franklin Park. So we've tried other things too to get people involved. Dumpster day by far is the biggest draw. I'm not gonna kid you on that. Basically what I'd like to do is just thank you for your support, thank those who have supported us, and also mention, because you mentioned electronics, one of the biggest things we've had requested is shredding. Mm-hmm. If you could put shredding into that list of things to work on for the future, it would be appreciated. I think that's an important thing. So other than that, talking about people walking up, I know you guys have a heck of a chore with what you're going to have to decide. I brought a couple of pictures. These you can keep. These are yours to keep. You can put that in your record. You actually had a father step up with his 2 children, and he had his couch on a dolly and the 2 kids riding, and up the road they came. Same year we had Weber cookers walk down the alley. We had a guy come back twice with office furniture. We've had several residents with vehicles, but they made like several trips because the mattresses didn't fit or whatever and things like that. They brought their car back 2 times or 3 times. So it's going to be a hard decision. I just wanted to come up and thank you for what you've done. Show you that, like they've said, it is absolutely true. People come walking up, and I thought I'd bring photographic proof.
Thank you, Ed.
Okay.
During the Indiana corridor, we've had the same thing. We've had people bring things up. I mean, it has happened, and excellent. And I struggle with this too. I'm looking at this on both ends of this. As a neighborhood leader, I know what people have gone through, but I also looking at it at the fiscal way of what we have to balance. There's got to be a balance somewhere in here. We're trying to come up with a balance, and I'm trying to work with that. So that's one of the reasons why I did offer this up, so people could have a conversation, that we could have this conversation. throwing different ideas out there. No idea is a bad idea. We at least get to hear it and give people a chance to voice it. And that was what the goal was here. At least so that our staff could hear what the ideas, so we can get different thoughts on this. That was the whole point of this. Like I said, I said all the elders here, I think, we struggle with this too. We want to support the neighborhoods. We want to keep the neighborhoods going. I'm a huge supporter of neighborhood, and I've always wanted to do what we can. But we also have to keep in mind this, and also to be able to offer it up to the other residents of the city, I think would be a good thing. That I'm in favor of allowing other residents, because there are some neighborhoods that are not going to form. So, any other comments on this? Oh, go ahead, Lisa.
Hi, I'm Lisa Salgado. I'm from the Ellis neighborhood. There's one idea that hasn't been mentioned. I'm from De Pere originally, and we have large item curbside collection. It's twice a year. They come around. You have to just get it to your curb. So if it's a mattress or couch or something big, they'll do a sweep twice a year, and then they might have a drop-off days just a couple other times a year if you can't make those 2 days. But it's efficient. You can check it out on their website, but it's being done by other communities, so it's another idea.
Okay, thank you. Appreciate that. Brian?
Hi, my name is Brian. I don't live in a neighborhood that has this currently. I think the real struggle here that it sounds like city staff and alders are struggling with is like, how do we most efficiently spend our tax dollars in this? It sounds like this is kind of ballooning in cost. I think what's getting discounted though is like all the benefits of this program currently is creating, like all of these neighborhood associations, people coming together. That can be hard to create an issue, to bring people together, create those communities. So, right now it looks like a high cost on a spreadsheet, I'm sure. I don't know all the details behind it, but I don't want people to discount like the benefits that this program is creating with getting people together. Sounds like the swap meet, so many creative ideas around the program that we currently have. I don't want it to be completely just, let's do this just for the raw efficiency of cutting costs as much as possible. I think it seems like this program currently is sort of like an investment almost in building communities too. So I don't really have any answers here, but I just feel like that might be getting a little bit lost in just how do we make the government tax dollar most efficient, that kind of thing. So thanks.
Okay, thanks, Brian. Appreciate it. Travis, quick.
So I just want to say one thing. This is absolutely not just about cost. We could have an incredible budget, but it's the availability of our staff. And we do not have the right to force our staff to do this and take away time from their family, in their neighborhoods, and doing things. I am doing the best, based upon this and a lot of discussions, is we are balancing everything that this wonderful city has to offer and what is going on throughout the course of the season. And there's a limited time where this is a practical event to be held, and then there's a limited time when we practically can provide the service, and then there's a limited amount of availability of our staff to do this, because for every event that goes on over the course of the weekend, we have staff that come in. They clean up on the weekends. They're already working overtime. For our staff that are doing other things, projects and whatnot. I mean, we can't lose focus of the fact that these are people that live in the neighborhoods as well. And if we can look at that and look at this as an opportunity to, this is not written in stone right now. It's the direction we're going to go. But we are open, and this is why we wanted to do this. We want to hear the suggestions, the concerns, the comments. There are tweaks that can be made. I mean, I don't see a reason why in all logistical realm that we can't have the bake sale down there and offer it up to, you may sell a lot more than you've ever sold before to raise money for the association with other neighborhood people being there. I mean, if we look at this as an opportunity, we can only, have it be successful. So, but I wanted everybody to know this is not strictly about cost in any form or fashion.
Okay, thank you, Travis, appreciate that. And I guess with that, I think we'll be done with it. I thank everyone for your opinions. I appreciate it. Like I said, this is something, whoop, go ahead, sorry. Go ahead, one.
I'm not a public speaker. I got up in front to speak to somebody and started crying and ran out of the room. So with that, for me, it's not about garbage. It's about safety. Safety in our neighborhoods. And the way you get safety is to know your neighbors. You know, when we were little kids, we could run into a neighbor's house if we were scared or something. Here, if we don't know our neighbors, what are you going to do? You know, the kids are running around, and I see kids running, and we go and we know who's there and who's not. There was one little kid that was running from 2 blocks down all the way down our block. We knew where it came from. But that's because my husband and I are old and we sit on our front porch a lot and see the kids. But this dumpster day is not just about garbage. Garbage is the only common denominator that we found that really brings people out. We, in our neighborhood, I'm with N Park, by the way. In our neighborhood, we do the welcome bags and invite the people, and we get more people to come out, more people to know. We've gone and, sorry, but I get nervous up here. Dumpster day. Lost my train of thought. I know what I was going to say, is we've tried the brat fries. We tried them a couple of times. So we get enough people that they don't even fit over in this little amount of people. Dumpster day, people out of curiosity come out of their doors and they're like, what's going on? And we've had a real big turnover of people over in the last few years. And with the turnover of people, they get excited about the fact that something's going on. They come out and they talk, and I want to say something about our swap meet. With that, it's not a party. It's people getting rid of the junk that does not go in the landfill. They trade it off. Very little of what's put out there goes to landfill. Last year, a couple of us went, and when it was done, we took a whole bunch of baby carriers over to Mary's house, where they have this group for, I believe, unwed mothers. We took a whole bunch of stuff to thrift stores. We took stuff everywhere to get rid of it. It was not going in the landfill. If they take it down to the municipal park, boom, it's going to be in the landfill. And so that's my part on that, but I do think a big part of this whole thing with the getting together of the people is safety. Our police won't have to come out as much because we get to know each other. And in our neighborhood alone, the police have been saying that the crimes have been going down and down. And I think a lot of it has to do is that we watch them. Okay. And I'll cut it.
Sorry.
Thank you.
I don't know how to say it, but alrighty. I guess that concludes this. Then, like I said, I thank you for all your comments. We appreciate hearing from you. That's why I had this on the agenda today. I added this to the agenda so that we could hear from the community. We did want to hear your thoughts on this. I know that this is, a contentious thing. I know that, to take this away or move it the way it is. We're trying to balance staffing issues and the staffing needs and the city's needs. We're trying to balance it, and that's what we're trying to do. But, and that, like I said, and I
just ask a question.
Well, Mary, you did speak.
About staffing. We sign waivers. Why can't we just run it ourselves?
Sign waivers, all legal. We sign these waivers, and the only thing the guy
Email.
Yeah.
For an email.
Yeah, I really can't talk, we're kind of with this as far as, but if you want to try to email it into the staff down there, your ideas otherwise, Mary. But I think there is a liability with that, with leaving it on, without, we can't leave a garbage truck sitting down without a staff member. That would not be proper, I don't believe. So, all right. With that, we're going to move on to number 7. Resolution number 176, 2425, a resolution authorizing a 2025 budget amendment and purchasing agent to issue a purchase order for the purchase of 2 sludge heat exchangers for the wastewater treatment plant.
Guys, we still have a meeting going on.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Sorry about that. Okay. Jordan, if you want to start.
I'm seeing a pattern here of being second on the agenda after a controversial thing that, so the good news is, I guess you guys don't have a ton of energy to question hard and fast and spending money. So thanks for considering this tonight. Just a little bit of background. One thing that a lot of people in the wastewater business are going to is calling their facilities resource recovery facilities, because we do make clean water, we make fertilizer, we make biogas that we can utilize. And what we're asking for tonight is part of the process that will make a fertilizer product. We have anaerobic digestion that helps form a fertilizer. And part of that digestion process is that the sludge, which is exactly what you might think of as you think of wastewater, we recirculate that and we keep it heated. And so the heat exchangers that we're asking for are 2 large products from the 1970s that are basically just nearing the end of their useful life. They've been really faithful workhorses, but they won't last forever. One thing that made this project pretty challenging is that most equipment has nameplates and manufacturer information on it. This did not. And so this was originally in the 2023 CIP for $400,000, and we started the process that year of hiring Donahue and Associates to study these, put a specification together, and then help us get replacement heat exchangers. Unfortunately, since we didn't have manufacturer information, that work took them about 2 years. And so they met with other manufacturers that could try to replicate what is there, what they see. And that's essentially what we ended up with, was they were able to find 2 manufacturers willing to give quotes. This is by far the better price of the 2 quotes that we got, well under the $400,000 that was originally budgeted. It's at about $282,000, which is still a big number, but much better than budgeted. Unfortunately, since I didn't carry those budget funds over from 23, the resolution that we're asking for does include a budget amendment to use fund balance to cover that. And so essentially, we're just hoping to get your approval and then the city council's approval to pursue this contract with Walker to get these 2 heat exchangers, and then our crew will install them.
Okay, thank you, Jordan. I just wanted to make a real quick comment. Now, this is part of the drying process, because for the waste. I know in like past years, I've been on public works since I've been on council. So I believe it was like 6 or 7 years ago we actually had an incident where we were because we used to spread this on fields and stuff like that. And I believe we actually got with that process, we actually got into some trouble, not legal, but I think we were fined because of something, because of, whereas this process actually keeps us from having that kind of a problem. When it's a dry process, it's a lot more efficient and a lot more stable, I guess is the best way to put it.
Absolutely. This is a couple steps ahead of that dryer.
Okay.
But this is essential in having microorganisms that will, similar to digestion in our body, make all that's going on more inert and safer, and keep us out of trouble like we might have run into years ago.
Okay, thank you. Zach, go ahead.
Does this include install or just the equipment?
No, this is just for the equipment and delivery. Our crew is planning to install it. There are a couple of other smaller items like a water pump that we'll have to buy as well, but those should fit within our budget okay.
So
This is just for the equipment.
our own maintenance will do that, are you
Correct.
saying? Okay, all right.
Yep.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any, Angela? Go ahead.
You mentioned that the budget line didn't move over from last time. What was the reason for that? And I'm sorry if you're repeating yourself. Were you not, this wasn't anticipated, or?
My oversight.
It was oversight, okay.
Yeah, in
Not to
past
call you
cities that I've worked
Sorry.
for, CIP items tended to carry over automatically for a couple of years. And I didn't realize that that's not how we do things in Sheboygan. So I've been trying to get educated by Caitlin on if there are things that are going to be done next year instead of the first year that they were budgeted, to just carry that over in the CIP, so.
Okay.
I appreciate that. Can I have a quick follow-up?
Sure,
If that's
go
okay? You said then it would have to come out of fund balance. Is that, at the end of the day, are we leveling out here, or what's going to?
Yes, we still have a very healthy fund balance within wastewater, I think in the $7 million range.
Okay.
And so this isn't significant concern, and Caitlin didn't, she would have raised concerns with me if that was a concern.
Great, thank you.
Thank you.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Chair votes aye. That's approved. Item number 8, resolution number 179-2425, a resolution authorizing the Director of Public Works to grant permission to Boy Scouts of America Lakeshore District to maintain a temporary campsite on property owned and maintained by the city, and to maintain controlled fires on such property for a camporee event May 2nd through the 4th, 2025. Joe?
Yeah, and also I'd like to introduce you to Kendra Kelling. She's the director at Maywood.
Okay.
So if you have any questions, she's happy to answer them too. We have done this before. It's been several years, but I think it definitely meets the mission statement of Maywood. Education and in the process of everything they'll be doing that 2 nights, 2 days. They will also be doing projects for Maywood. So it's a win-win, 100 kids having a good time camping. We have a good camping area. Yes, there'll be controlled fires that we're requesting along with this. So just hoping you'll say yes tonight. And if you do have any specific questions that haven't been addressed, we could answer them.
Okay.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Thank you.
Chair votes aye. That's approved, Joe. You're all set.
Thank you.
Okay, come up to number 9. Resolution number 181-2425, a resolution authorizing the appropriate city officials to execute the agreement between the City of Sheboygan and Fox Valley Athletics LLC for the management and operation of recreational programs at Wildwood Athletic Complex. This will be on there. For Softball Association?
Wildwood Softball Association. So if some of you remember from last year, we did a 1-year trial with Fox Valley. It went very well, even getting a late start. They were still up 35 teams. I do not have that, I'm sorry, in front of me tonight, how many teams that amounted to. He is out of state, otherwise he would have been here. He's out of country. Otherwise he would have been here tonight. We worked out a 5-year plan where either side could bow out if we give notice 90 days before the end of the year. There is a fee associated with each of those years that progresses. It gives him a time to get his foot in the door and grow the project. He received a lot of good feedback. One thing that he did that's really never ever happened before is most games had 2 umpires. So this is what he does. This is his business. So it's a lot different than what we've had before because it's always been a nonprofit organization running it. So I'm hoping we can continue with a 5-year plan with him.
I believe that it's been a very positive response from what I've heard. The softball community has been very happy with this.
Thank Thank you, Chairman. I know in the past, when I was an alderman, between 2012 to 18, we really struggled with running that down there, and it was a battle every year, and I'm just very happy and pleased that we finally found somebody that, you know, is capable of running this and executing it. I read through the agreement, and it looks very thorough, so yeah, I applaud you on that as well. So I would make a motion to approve.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Chair votes aye. That is approved. Okay. Number 10.
Thank you.
Resolution number 182-2425, a resolution releasing a property owner from liability associated with employees and/or agent of the city of Sheboygan and upon entering upon the owner's land to obtain soil borings in conjunction with the Southside Interceptor project. I think we've heard this before, once before, or twice, or maybe more.
Something similar. So as part of the ongoing design of the Southside Interceptor, we need to do soil borings to determine what the soils are and where we're going to be digging.
Sure.
One of those borings is on Mr. Casper's property. He's open to allowing us to go on there and do that boring, but he has requested liability from any damage or injuries that may happen from city staff or our consultants.
Okay.
Move to approve.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Chair votes aye. That is approved. Okay, number 11, resolution 183-2425, a resolution authorizing a budget amendment in order to participate in a Wisconsin Department of Natural Resources targeted runoff management grant to support stormwater runoff and erosion control activities in the Pigeon River corridor located within Maywood and Evergreen Parks. Joe, back again.
I got to say, there was a theory that the further down you are in the agenda, and if it's a long meeting, boy, things just move. So we're going to see if this holds true with this item. So Jordan always had the pleasure of receiving that part of it. So yeah, this is a great opportunity. We have the grant in hand. We just need to accept it, and to do that, we need to show that that we can meet we can put that into our budget and meet it. We have every intention that will be funded. The second part will be funded by other grants. We already have another grant out there that would cover a lot of that. So we're looking at doing this without any cost to the city. We're just asking that we can amend the budget to accept so we can accept the grant.
Move to approve.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Chair votes aye. That's approved. Okay, number 12, direct referral resolution number 185-2425, a resolution authorizing the appropriate city officials enter into a contract for a replacement of roof-mounted mechanical equipment in conjunction with a replacement of the roof of the municipal service building. Mike,
We're the last one.
you're on the last one. Best for last, right?
So, what we have in front of you guys tonight is the mechanical portion of our capital improvements for our replacement of a municipal service building roof. We knew this was coming. This is just the second part for the mechanical parts. The contract involves removing, relocating, and replacing exhaust fans in the main garage area and the motor vehicle bay. The contract also includes updating and replacing the exhaust gas detection system within those areas. And the last part of the project provides monitoring of all systems listed above, integrating it through our building automation system. I think the full budget for this was $2.5 million. The roof project was approximately 2.1. This coming in at around 172. So we're well below our threshold for our capital improvements. So
We like that.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Chair votes aye. That is approved. Next meeting date is March 25th, 2025. Looking for a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second. Don't care.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? We are adjourned.